Welcome to Timeless Memories. I'm Sarah. This channel is a special place where we honour remarkable lives that continue to be remembered with love and admiration. Here we reflect on unforgettable figures from film, music, television and culture, celebrating their journey, their impact and the legacy they left behind. Every tribute we share keeps their memory alive and forever meaningful. Richard Chamberlain, born on March 31st, 1934, became one of television's earliest and most enduring leading men. He rose to prominence during a period when TV was still developing its identity, quickly distinguishing himself through a calm, expressive style that connected strongly with audiences. His ability to convey emotion with subtlety helped set him apart in early television drama. Breakthrough role and television impact. Chamberlain's breakthrough came with Dr. Kildare, where he portrayed a compassionate young doctor. The role made him a household name and established a deep connection with viewers, who responded to his sincerity and warmth. His performance helped define the appeal of character-driven television, where emotional storytelling became central to audience engagement. Expanding range and later success. Years later, Chamberlain continued to evolve as an actor, taking on more complex and ambitious roles. His performance in the miniseries Shogun showcased his versatility, placing him in a richly detailed historical narrative that reached global audiences. The role demonstrated his ability to adapt to different genres while maintaining emotional depth and authenticity. Legacy and lasting influence. Richard Chamberlain passed away just days before his 91st birthday, leaving behind a career that spanned decades of television and film history. He is remembered for his graceful screen presence, emotional intelligence as a performer, and ability to grow with the changing landscape of entertainment. His work continues to inspire actors and storytellers who value character-driven, emotionally grounded performance. Judy Pace was an American actress known for her steady and graceful presence on screen, particularly during the 1960s and 1970s. She appeared in popular television series such as The Young Lawyers and Peyton Place, where she brought depth and warmth to her roles. Her performance in Brian's Song also stood out for its emotional sincerity, helping her become a familiar and respected face in television drama during that era. Film appearances beyond television. Pace built a notable film career with appearances in productions such as Cotton Comes to Harlem, The Thomas Crown Affair, and Three in the Attic. In each role, she brought a calm strength and natural elegance to the screen, often leaving a lasting impression even in supporting parts. Her work reflected both versatility and a quiet confidence that set her apart. Legacy Judy Pace passed away peacefully at the age of 83 in Marina del Rey. She is remembered for her grace, talent, and consistent presence across film and television. Her performances continue to be appreciated for their subtle impact and timeless quality, leaving behind a legacy defined by dignity, artistry, and quiet influence in American entertainment. Gwendolyn Chisholm passed away in Atlanta at the age of 66 after a brief illness. She is remembered as one of the early creative forces in hip-hop, emerging at a time when the genre was still finding its identity. Her work reflected originality and confidence, helping open doors for women in rap during its formative years. The Sequence and a historic breakthrough. As a co-founder of The Sequence, Chisholm played a key role in shaping early female-led hip-hop. The group's 1979 track Funk You Up became a groundbreaking release, recognized as one of the first commercially successful songs by a female rap group. Its rhythmic style and playful energy helped expand what hip-hop could sound like in its earliest commercial form. Influence across generations of music. Chisholm's creative impact extended far beyond her early recordings. Elements of her work have been sampled, referenced, and reinterpreted by major artists across genres, including Dr. Dre, Erykah Badu, and Katy Perry. These connections highlight how foundational her contributions were to both hip-hop and broader popular music. A lasting cultural legacy, remembered as a quiet pioneer, Chisholm helped lay the groundwork for future generations of female rappers and hip-hop artists. Her influence continues to echo through modern beats, lyrical flows, and production styles that trace back to the genre's earliest days. Today, her legacy is honoured not only in music history, but in the continued presence of her sound within global pop culture, where her contributions remain a vital part of hip-hop's evolution. Greer Garson passed away at the age of 91, leaving behind a legacy that helped define Hollywood's golden age. Known for her elegance, emotional depth, and commanding screen presence, she became one of the most respected actresses of the 1940s. At a time when cinema offered both comfort and reflection, Garson's performances stood out for their sincerity and quiet strength. A career of critical recognition. Garson's talent was consistently recognised by the film industry, earning her 7 Academy Award nominations for Best Actress. This rare achievement reflected not only her skill, but also her ability to bring a wide emotional range to her roles. She had a natural ability to portray characters with dignity and humanity, making her performances feel both refined and deeply relatable. A defining role in wartime cinema. Her most celebrated performance came in Mrs. Miniver, 1942, a role that earned her the Academy Award for Best Actress. The film resonated strongly during a time of global conflict, and her portrayal captured themes of resilience, courage, and family strength. It became more than a performance. It became a reflection of shared human experience during a difficult era, a lasting legacy in film history. Even decades after her peak, Greer Garson's work continues to be admired for its warmth and emotional clarity. Her films remain part of classic cinema history, studied and appreciated by new generations of film lovers. She is remembered not only for her awards and recognition, but for the grace and humanity she brought to the screen. Her legacy endures as a reminder of the power of performance rooted in honesty, dignity, and emotional truth. For decades, Jay Leno was seen as one of the most dependable figures in American entertainment, the familiar face who guided millions through their late-night routines. As host of The Tonight Show, he became a symbol of stability in a fast-changing media world, known for his steady humour, tireless work ethic, and ability to connect with everyday audiences. Yet behind that public image was a life shaped by constant pressure, personal sacrifice, and emotional endurance. Even in his later years, and now at 75, Leno continues to face challenges that go far beyond fame. His story is not just about television success, but about resilience under repeated physical injuries, family loss, and the quiet demands of aging. What emerges is a more human portrait of a man who never stopped working, even when life repeatedly forced him to slow down. Beneath the laughter he shared with the world lies a far more complex journey, one defined by persistence, responsibility, and the hidden cost of long-term dedication to a career lived in the public eye. Early life and the quiet struggles of childhood. Jay Leno was born in 1950 in New Rochelle, New York, into a modest working-class family where discipline and effort were central values. His father worked in insurance, while his mother, an immigrant from Scotland, provided emotional stability in a home that often struggled financially. Life in suburban Massachusetts, where the family later moved, was not easy for him. Leno grew up with dyslexia, a learning difficulty that made reading and writing an exhausting daily challenge. In school, he often felt misunderstood, as lessons seemed to move faster than his ability to process them. Teachers labelled him as struggling, and moments of discouragement became part of his routine. Instead of excelling academically, he found himself searching for ways to cope with constant frustration. These early experiences shaped his personality in subtle but lasting ways, teaching him how to endure embarrassment, adapt quickly, and find comfort in humour. Even as a child, laughter became a way to survive situations where he felt out of place, planting the first seeds of a future in comedy. Comedy as survival and identity. For Jay Leno, humour did not begin as ambition. It began as necessity. In classrooms where reading felt overwhelming, he discovered that making people laugh offered relief from pressure and attention. Comedy became a shield, helping him navigate environments where he often felt inadequate or overlooked. Instead of retreating completely, he learned to redirect attention through timing, impressions, and observational humour. What started as small classroom jokes gradually became a coping mechanism that gave him confidence in moments of insecurity. As he grew older, this instinct followed him beyond school. It became clear that comedy was not just something he enjoyed. It was something that helped him communicate with the world. Each laugh he earned felt like a small victory against self-doubt. This foundation would later become critical in his professional life, where resilience mattered as much as talent. Long before fame, Leno had already learned an essential truth. Humour could transform discomfort into connection and isolation into recognition. Early career struggles and the price of persistence. After leaving high school, Leno attended Emerson College while working multiple jobs to support himself. His early adulthood was defined by financial instability and physical exhaustion. He delivered food, worked in garages, and took any job that helped him stay afloat. At times, he even slept in his car during harsh Boston winters, surviving on minimal resources while chasing opportunities in stand-up comedy. Nights were spent performing in small, smoky clubs where audiences were unpredictable and success was never guaranteed. Some shows ended in silence, others in modest laughter, but none offered stability. Still, he continued performing, refining his timing and developing his stage presence through repetition and rejection. These years were not glamorous, they were formative. Every setback strengthened his discipline, and every difficult night reinforced his determination to continue. Slowly, he built a reputation within local comedy circuits. His persistence was not driven by immediate reward, but by an internal refusal to stop trying, even when progress felt slow or uncertain. Breaking through and entering national television. Leno's breakthrough came when he began appearing on The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson, one of the most influential platforms in American television. His early appearances were brief but impactful, showcasing his ability to connect with a wide audience through clean, accessible humour. These moments opened doors that had previously seemed unreachable. Over time, he transitioned from guest appearances to a more permanent role in the late-night world. However, success brought new pressure. In 1992, after Johnny Carson's retirement, Leno was chosen as the next host of The Tonight Show, a decision that sparked widespread debate within the entertainment industry. Many expected another comedian, David Letterman, to take the role, creating tension and public comparison. Leno, however, focused on consistency rather than controversy. He approached the position with discipline, working long hours to maintain the show's legacy. While public opinion was divided, his audience remained strong, and he gradually established his own identity within one of television's most demanding roles. Fame, pressure, and years behind the desk. As host of The Tonight Show, Leno entered a period of intense visibility and responsibility. For more than 2 decades, he became a nightly presence in millions of homes, shaping how audiences ended their day. The job required relentless preparation, writing monologues, reviewing news, and maintaining a constant schedule of stand-up performances, even after long taping sessions. While the role brought financial success and cultural recognition, it also came with emotional and physical exhaustion. The pressure to remain consistent never eased, and the expectation to entertain daily became a lifelong commitment. Despite this, Leno maintained a reputation for professionalism, rarely missing shows and often prioritizing staff stability over personal gain. He famously chose to save much of his television earnings while continuing to perform stand-up, reflecting a cautious and disciplined approach to wealth. Behind the scenes, however, the demands of the job left little room for rest, creating a life structured around responsibility rather than relaxation. Health challenges, accidents, and physical endurance. In later years, Leno's life was significantly impacted by a series of serious physical accidents. These incidents included burns, fractures, and injuries that required extensive medical treatment and recovery. Each event tested his resilience in new ways, forcing him to adapt to physical limitations while continuing to work in some capacity. In 2022, a severe garage accident involving fire caused significant burns, requiring hospitalization and reconstructive care. Shortly afterward, another accident led to multiple fractures after a fall. Despite these setbacks, Leno repeatedly returned to public life sooner than expected, often appearing in interviews or events while still recovering. His approach to injury reflected a deeply ingrained belief in persistence, even when recovery demanded rest. Over time, these repeated physical challenges highlighted the long-term cost of a demanding career and aging body. Yet he continued to engage with his passions, particularly automotive work, demonstrating a strong commitment to staying active despite increasing limitations. Personal loss, marriage, and emotional strength. Beyond physical challenges, Leno also endured significant emotional loss. Over a relatively short period, he lost his parents and older brother, all to cancer-related illnesses. These experiences deeply affected him, reshaping his understanding of time, mortality, and responsibility. His marriage to Mavis Leno became a central source of stability throughout these years. Their relationship, built on shared values and mutual respect, remained strong even as public life demanded constant attention. Together they chose a private and intentional life, avoiding children and focusing instead on work, activism, and companionship. As Mavis began experiencing cognitive decline in later years, Leno assumed the role of caregiver, managing daily responsibilities with patience and commitment. This shift marked a profound emotional transition, as he balanced personal health challenges with the care of his lifelong partner. Their relationship reflects a quiet form of devotion, shaped not by public attention, but by consistent presence through changing circumstances. Life in the present, work, wealth, and legacy. Today, Jay Leno lives a quieter life while still remaining connected to select professional and philanthropic activities. His financial standing remains strong, supported by decades of disciplined saving and investment during his television career. He is widely known for maintaining a conservative financial lifestyle, prioritizing stability over luxury. His automotive collection, housed in a specialized facility, represents both a personal passion and a carefully preserved historical archive. Beyond material wealth, Leno continues to engage in charitable efforts, particularly those connected to education and community support. While his public appearances are less frequent, he remains active in select events and continues to perform when possible. His current lifestyle reflects balance rather than retirement, a focus on health, relationships, and meaningful work rather than constant visibility. A life defined by persistence, not perfection. Jay Leno's story is ultimately not one of perfection, but of endurance. From a childhood shaped by learning difficulties to decades in the demanding world of late-night television, his life reflects a continuous pattern of persistence in the face of obstacles. He has experienced professional conflict, physical injury, personal loss, and the natural challenges of aging, yet continues to move forward with steady commitment. His legacy is not defined solely by television ratings or financial success, but by consistency, discipline, and resilience over time. While public perception has shifted across different phases of his career, the underlying thread remains unchanged: a determination to keep showing up regardless of circumstance. In the end, his journey illustrates a broader truth about long-term success. It is not built on moments of applause, but on years of quiet effort that continue even when no one is watching.